In this video tutorial, we're going to be solving each compound inequality, and we're going to be graphing its solution. We'll start with question number 1. Let's take a look. And I can see that it says negative 2p is less than negative 12, or, critically, p minus 1 is less than 4. So what we're going to want to do is isolate p for each inequality. And let's do that right here. I'm going to drag this down. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is recognize that to get p by itself, we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. And when we do, we know that the sign flips. So it's going to be p is greater than, because of course then negative 2's are canceling out. P is greater than what? Positive 6. Amazing. And let's take a look at this other inequality. We've got p minus 1 is less than 4. We're going to apply the inverse operation. We're going to add 1 to both sides. And when we do, we're going to get p is less than 5. Okay, great. And so what we're going to need to do now is recognize how we're going to approach this. And I can see that because it's p is greater than, it's going to be an open circle. And so let's do this right now. And if p is greater than 6, we know that we're going to be going then to the right. Draw a little arrow. Okay. And then here we've got p is less than 5. So this is going to be also an open circle. And we're going to extend this arrow to the left. There we go. We solved each compound inequality and we graphed. Let's take a look at question number 2. All right. We've got x plus 6 is less than 4. And I know that we're going to need to, of course, subtract 4 from both sides. And when we do, we've got x is less than negative 2. Miss O'Keefe is actually texting me right now. All right. And then we've also got x plus 1 is greater than 3. And like before, we're going to need to apply the inverse operation. And we've got x is greater than simply 2. Okay. And so what do we know? Let's graph this left side, this left inequality first. X is less than negative 2. We're going to make an open circle right here. And if it's less than, any solution is going to be to the left of negative 2. And then we've got x is greater than positive 2. We're going to do an open circle, and we'll graph it to the right. All right, that looks awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we did question number 1. We did question number 2. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at question number 6. This looks like fun. There's a few extra steps in here, and this is going to make this one a little bit more challenging. So what we're going to want to do, of course, is we're going to want to isolate A in this area right here. And to do that, the first thing that we're going to need to do is apply the inverse operation. And I can see that we've got this minus 3, so we're going to add 3 so that ultimately we, of course, can cancel this out. And we've also got to do it over here and over here. And what do I know? I know that negative 21 plus 3 is going to give us negative 18 is less than or equal to negative 2a is less than or equal to negative 19 plus 3 is negative 16. This looks great. All right, we're so close. We just need to isolate a. And to do that, we're going to divide by negative 2. All right. And so let's work from left to right. Negative 18 divided by negative 2 is going to give us positive 9. And what do I remember? I remember that when we're dividing by a negative, it switches the sign. So we have negative 9 is greater than or equal to, this of course cancels out. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is simply 1. So we've got 1a, or just a, and that makes sense. And then the sign reverses once more. A is greater than or equal to positive 8. All right, and so this is the solved compound inequality. How exactly are we going to graph this? All right. we're going to do a closed circle above the 9. And we know that because it's greater than or equal to. We're going to do a closed circle above the 8. And then because A is greater than 8, right? And because A is less than 9, or 9 is greater than A, we know that it falls right in between these 2 points. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is our answer.